Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 3 of the Relaxin podcast. We don't have Arios with us today, but as always, I'm Borkhammer 40K, joined by Jam, owner of SNR, and our special guest today is Kindbot, the owner of the Pulse Crew. Hello, Kindbot.
Hey guys.
Ew.
And today we've got a couple topics here, ranging from crews to competitive mindset, and eventually we'll get around to talking about thoughts on maybe Ultimate's competitive longevity, which honestly I think is going to be around for quite some time. But we'll dive into that a little more later. As I mentioned just a little bit ago, Kindbot here is the owner of the Pulse Crew, and we've got a set of questions for you today, man. Jam, if you want to go ahead and start.
So tell us more about your crew, Kindbot.
Pulse is a Wi-Fi crew, mainly ran through the SCS. It's a 70-man roster. It's just mainly just a chill crew, honestly. We're pretty good, but like the crew itself is just a chill crew. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably heard of it because I remember talking to some people and like they said like, oh yeah, Pulse, that's the only crew I've heard of, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, there's not much to talk about really. It's just a Smash Wi-Fi crew, and I run it, so that's kind of it, really. There's not much I can really too much I can say about it.
Right, because I know you mentioned you don't really want to get into who all's in the crew per se. I know that you do have some pretty highly ranked players, though. If you want to maybe talk about like the overall skill level of your crew, your thoughts on how strong your roster is.
I think my roster's pretty strong, but we're a little inconsistent in terms of career level because I do take some people on as recruits, but at the same time, we do people who are on their state PRs and who did farm their PRs previously. Like we have someone who farmed the entire Idaho PR, we have someone who's farmed the entire Puerto Rico PR, and we have someone who is on the Louisiana PR right now.
Dang, those are
for reference.
Pretty strong sounding players. I mean, maybe not like necessarily the strongest regions, but even still making PR in any state. And I'm from a state that's generally considered weaker, Indiana. We're definitely not the strongest state. Like our number one player, for the most part, it generally just like farms the state, at least when events were still going on. And I mean, it's still impressive to make PR regardless of where you're at. But definitely, like there are some states that are stronger than others. But it sounds like the people you mentioned, obviously without giving away any names, are definitely strong in their own regions. And when you do crew battles, do you guys tend to go pretty even? Do you seek out stronger opponents, or do you find it kind of easy to win matches?
It depends on the crew. Generally, if we're against like if we're free crew once, like I get mock. I'm like, okay, let's set one up, and then I'm like, yeah, I remember when that Louisiana guy just kind of soloed an entire crew with 13-0. That was fun.
Jam's done that before.
Yeah, some crews just like want CBs, and it's like, okay, I mean, I get it, can I get back to you guys? And then they're like, no, we want a CB. I'm like, I have to run stuff. Can you guys come back to me? I'm like, but they're like, no, but I'm like, okay, you guys want it. At that point, I'm just like a little ticked off, like a little annoyed. I'm just like, let me send one of my good members in and solo you guys. I don't even tell them that. I'm just in my head. I'm like that.
Right. So obviously you're pretty confident in the abilities of,
Yeah.
of your guys.
And honestly, also I can scout at anyone. If they have anyone notable, I just mark it down immediately, and I have a guaranteed counter.
Right. Do you tend to spend a lot of time researching the crews you fight, or is it pretty simple? Like you just go look at the score sheets?
I do some research. Of course. I do some research, obviously, but
But I mean, does it have to be like super in depth depending on who you play?
It depends really, but like it depends on the crew. But if it's like a good crew, then we go deep. If not, just like score sheets, like mark down the characters, possible counter picks, and generally you're trying to counter pick anyone other than their main, and it's like it's like an easy counter pick really. Like people generally don't counter pick well without their mains. Like I remember when the Benjamin tried counter pick this was Pac-Man. Like our guy already banned Kalos FD. He had 2020 foresight. All right, number 3 in San Antonio Valley. Yeah, I have him. Yeah, he had 2020. He had 2020 foresight. And yeah, then that pack got 3-stuck. Actually, no, the pack got they got 3-stuck. Yeah, that was against Common House. A pretty good crew.
Oh, isn't that the crew that DDD's on?
Yeah. We lost 3-0, but they had to bring out DD.
Oh, they had to bring him out.
Oh dang.
Yeah, that was basically like, I want to send a message today, so I did. That was a good series. We had number 3 in San Antonio Valley. Kind of, he took out one guy, 2 guys, and he took 2 stocks from their main anchor, Brown Bear, the duck hunt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he took 2 stocks from him on his last stock.
Oh dang.
Almost took him out entirely.
Also, isn't Sam Sora on that crew? I heard that
Sam Sora was on there for a mock. Oops, sorry.
For a mock?
Sam Sora was on there.
Oh, okay.
It was only a mock, and then Cytonics just was like, haha, can go funny.
Cytonics.
I saw that clip.
No, I clipped it.
Really
I suddenly saw that. I suddenly got that back here. I knew Sam Sora was screwed. I knew he was screwed immediately. Just because he's really Cytonics can push advantage to absurd levels. I've played him before. You do not score Cytonics unless you want to have a Death Wish. He's kind of mega good. Mega good.
He is really good. Mm-hmm. I agree with you there.
He's a walking highlight reel. What can I say?
Ken players tend to be like if you get that mastery over the Shotos and Ken especially clips for days.
No, that's what he called himself.
Ooh,
it's a joke. No, my God, I poke him about it sometimes. It's just like it's the funniest thing. Oh man.
So
Kindbot, I have a question for you.
Ahead,
yeah.
So we're both owners of servers. So what's your approach to managing a server and leadership as an owner?
If as long as you're not setting something on fire or causing World War III, it's fine with me, B. But respect the rules. That's it. That just don't cause World War III. Don't set something on fire. Don't piss on the carpet. That's all I have to ask to say. I'm generally pretty chill about it. It takes a lot to get me just to get you banned. I want to quit LTG so badly there, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
As far as getting crew battles together, what are your thoughts on sort of like organized crew battles, stuff like SCS? And as an example, we had a crew league earlier this year. We ran it from January through March, and it had some decent success. We definitely want to do it again. But what are your thoughts on like structured things like leagues and stuff like the SCS?
On paper, it's pretty cool. In execution, still cool. It just has a lot of flaws, mainly due to just getting new people into the server. Like, a lot of people try to organize and stuff, and just it's pretty confusing. Like the SCS, for example, you had to go through an entire form and be like, get someone to select your crew. And it's definitely off-putting to a lot of people, I think. And this is just an example because I had to go through it myself. I'm not calling them out at all. No. I do think it's they have other issues, of course, but everything does. But I think overall they're a pretty cool concept on paper. People just take them too seriously for what they are, which is a Wi-Fi crew battle.
Mm-hmm.
So cool, but a little overrated in my opinion. That's it.
Yeah, and SCS, it does. It seems kind of daunting. Like I've been in there just once when I was kind of forming our trial run for our crew league, and it's certainly there is a lot of potential in the SCS because you can get so many crews together, and it's kind of almost like just matchmaking for crews in a way. And it's really nice to see stuff like that. And we took some inspiration from SCS when we formed our league. But one of the big things that we wanted to do was we had the goal of making a crew league with prize money, and on top of that, we wanted to make getting into it pretty simple. So we basically did like, hey, give us your Discord server, how many people are in your crew. We had a minimum roster amount, and we basically just reviewed Discord servers. And as long as the crews that wanted to be involved weren't super toxic, we were letting them in. And honestly, like our goal is to bring that crew league back, and we just want to do something structured where we have a certain number of crews, like we're thinking like 20 plus, and have a format similar to like a professional sports league. And I don't know if that sounds like something maybe you think that Pulse would benefit from, in terms of having guaranteed competition?
I think personally, crews like that and Zenith and stuff like that, they get dodged a lot. I think guaranteed competition would encourage this type of stuff, but at the same time, it might make losses feel worse. But I think it would definitely benefit people if we had a guaranteed prize system, because the SCS has no money involved in it basically.
Right, and yeah, that's one of the things we seek to do with our crew league is you get 2 matches per week, and it guarantees every crew will play every other crew. So even the little crews can actually get guaranteed matches against Zenith, and there is a really strong chance that they'll probably get stomped. I have to be real about that, but it gives people the opportunity to actually play strong crews.
Yeah, when Zenith, I remember seeing people say yes to Zenith, and I'm like, GG's, I'm getting the body bag.
Yeah, and that is one thing
yeah.
I wish, and I want to talk more about competitive mindset a little bit, but if you go into a match against just a single player, like a crew battle, and you tell yourself you can't win, you've already lost, and that's something I kind of wish people would steer away from. But I also get it, because Zenith and some other crews are so freaking stacked. It's very daunting to beat them. Do you think if you guys went up against a Zenith or an RPG or one of the other really big crews, you think you feel really confident about your chances?
If we took on Kame House and force them to bring out DD, I have no doubt what else we could do with the full roster.
Yeah,
because he doesn't come because that kid doesn't come out very often, but when he does, it's usually GG's. He's like a super hidden ultra mega boss that you were never supposed to unlock, but you somehow did. GG's.
Yeah,
that's what I feel
prodigy, dude.
He's good, but he's definitely good, but that's just him being good, nothing else to it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
as he has played, just it's pretty good. He pushes his advantage state is pretty good. He pushes things a lot. I saw a game of it, but I saw how much he pushes things.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, he didn't just pick up Smash and immediately get that good. Do you have any thoughts on how you practice maybe and prepare your characters that you play, especially for competitive play or these crew battles?
Ooh, that's a good one. Actually, also could I talk about prodigies in a bit, because I actually will say something on that, because I actually know 1 or 2 others.
Oh yeah, we can loop back around to it.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. But for me, I just look at my character. I'm like, all right. Fox. A character has a top 1 advantage, and actually, this advantage isn't that bad compared to Ganondorf.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I have one of the best. I have a top 1 advantage, having a not so bad disadvantage compared to that. Actually, he's mad busted. I look into let's see here. Oh, I'm just a little tired. Sleepy, of course. That's kind of how I am. But I look into my character and okay, so I have frame data. What can I loop into it? What are my BNBs? I just look into I just theory craft a lot. I just figure okay, so how should I play a matchup? Okay, I should not be running in on this guy. Ideally not. It's basically just theory. It's just basically just theory crafting and stuff.
Right, you've got to kind of just come up with your own strategies sometimes, and
a lot of it comes down to looking at I have a set of tools. I have a set of tools, and just how can I use these tools? That's all it comes down to.
And to change topics a little bit, I kind of teased this earlier. As far as when you get into a competitive environment, such as a crew battle or a tournament match, what do you think is something that's so important to your mindset when you go into these matches? How do you mentally prepare yourself, or how do you mentally just present yourself in a match? What do you think is the most important part of a competitive mindset when you go into these types of environments?
Be able to accept loss. You need to accept the loss. Honestly, I think Daigo quoted it pretty well. In his book, The Will to Win, it's when he realized that tournaments were a playground for people who wanted to improve and not to win, he got a lot better. Because think about it, we're not gonna win. You go to an MSM in SoCal, right?
Mhm.
You're a 0-2er. I'm kidding. You don't even know that yet. It's like your first tournament. You play me brawl. No, no, I'm not even. I'm not gonna do that. You play King K. I'm not even gonna do that. Okay, I can't mention any character because someone's gonna get pissed at me. You play Mario or something, and you just spam forward there. You think you're gonna win MSM. You go against Zenyu round one, and he bumps you in the Mario Ditto. You like that is one of the worst ways to wake up. That's not happened to me. No. I didn't. I've been bopped before, but like imagine that. Imagine that. Like you go to your first MSM and you get bopped by Zenyu. You get bopped by SoCal PR,
Mhm.
and he means Mario. And Zenyu is stupid good, right? You need to learn how to accept loss first off. You need to learn that like losing is part of the game and part of how to move on and learn stuff.
Right, because
And that's probably
some people like they lose, and then I've noticed this a lot, and I've even been guilty of this. You blame instead of blaming yourself and like learning from your mistakes and analyzing your own gameplay. A lot of people just blame the game.
Or they blame the character. Yeah.
like I made a character that is the fifth highest character in the entire game, and I die off of one conversion very frequently to a lot of characters. Like Luigi has a guarantee down tilt up B is a guaranteed kill confirm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a guaranteed kill confirm. That's like Luigi Fox, for example. Like I will play Fox for all my matchups. Even Shulk, which is like probably my worst matchup by far. I think Rats are 55-45. Pikachu is possibly 60-40, but like that and Shulk, like I will still play Fox into those.
Mm-hmm. Like I play I play Belmont, and a lot of people think Belmonts are like low tier or mid tier. And obviously, we have some like really, really bad matchups. Like we have the Rats. The Rats are awful for us.
Hate the Rats.
But at the same time, yeah, I think it's doable. It's really hard. You have to constantly outplay them because they have quick attack. They can get past all of our zoning options. But at the same time, it's like you're really good at like stuffing out their jumps with whip and like you know how to ledge trap, like specifically the Rats. I think it's doable.
And considering how good the anti-airs on the Belmonts are, it's probably very doable because basically you can if you force out a jump from them, you can realistically probably use like an angle flare or something else like that to call their jumps. Like for example, if you do like a site, if you can force out a jump for them and force out a certain reaction, you can probably screw them very easily. With your normals are disjointed as heck.
Mm-hmm.
You could step out their jumps very easily and call them out for it. So I can see it happening. Like it just also I'm a Belmont man on my crew. Guy's name is Imperator. The guy's name is Imperator. That's his tag. University of Texas. I can introduce him to you if you want.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, and you briefly touched on it there with especially like certain matchups. And I know this is getting a little away from the original question I asked. As a Fox player, what are some of the matchups you dread?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so I think Fox goes even or beats most of the cast, but the matchups I think I lose the most are Game & Watch. Fox is even. Actually, I don't dread that at all. It's just really movement based, so it's really bad online. I dread Cloud Fox a bit because Fox basically max space detail. That is my best friend because up yeah, shield exists with Cloud, and basically if I touch a shield once, he's going to slice me, and I get juggled for free.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that bad though. Not gonna lie, I still have a chance. I think Luigi Fox is also really horrible because I have the camp. Basically, Luigi, even though I SDI stuff, he has a guaranteed 0 to death on me, and I will die. Detail up B is a confirm at 30 to 40%, and I will die if he does that.
Is that on all stages?
I am forced to camp. Otherwise, I will literally die.
Yikes!
I also think Shulk Fox is bad because like Shulk basically, if you don't have the aerials or speed to contest in the air, I have the speed. I don't have the aerials. I have no disjoints.
That's
Shulk's a bad matchup.
Shulk has
Shield Art is like I take Skittles. I'm kidding. I put a lot of research into Shulk. I think Ken Fox isn't that bad actually. I like playing footsies, so it's like I just play footsies. And the funny red man goes, haha, my shield. I'm kidding. You never let him touch my shield because I run away. That's basically it. I'm forced to not interact, and when I do, I have to use a disadvantage to the best ability I can. Otherwise, I will die.
How tough is it to have to play that patiently, like having to camp out people and having
not that
to
bad.
sit there, like not interact?
Oops, I interrupted you.
Oh, no, you're good.
Not that bad. Not that bad actually. Just like it's just patient. Just like I can wait all day, dude. Let me just. Also my blaster force. Also my blaster is an incentive. Because realistically, I can put a damage from afar, or pressure them constantly. Up to you, homie. And they're just like, and if they don't move, they're gonna get percent, and I'm gonna get a free win on them if they decide to go for timeout because I can just blaster them. Also, the damage is made.
Did your finger ever get
Not really
spamming that laser? No.
No, I never really did that much. Also, I do hand stretches. I do hand stretches before.
Right.
So like
That's a good point. People, do your hand stretches. You don't want to have like freaking arthritis in your hands by age 30. You don't want to have some unfortunate thing happen to you. Well, I'm trying to think. Didn't Hacks Money have
he blew his wrists, yeah.
Yeah, he hurt his wrist really bad, and I don't know.
Basically, I think he's doing something like a double wave shine on a Jigglypuff, and his wrist just exploded. Like there's like a very clear interview quote, and I forgot what it was, but he blew his wrist doing something like a double wave shine on someone, like on Jigglypuff. Like if imagine like imagining wave shine, jump cancel immediately into another wave shine, like and doing it twice in like that long. Like imagine, I think it was double shine. I forgot what it was, but it was some insane something. I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
like, he blew his wrist doing that.
And it's such an unfortunate story. It's actually a feel good story. Maybe we should dive into something like that sometime. But his return has been awesome.
Yeah, he's basically Iron Man. He built his own machine. He runs his own small empire. His like like Tony Stark, and then he somehow he still kicks people's like butts really well. He's literally Iron Man. He built the box, dude.
Yeah,
I was there at Genesis. When he bobbed. I think he bobbed left at Genesis, right? Didn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
I think he did. Yeah, I was there for that.
He's
like the entire venue popped off. I wanted to stay for top 8 so badly, but I couldn't. So I had to go. So I went to Derek and I gave him my top 8 pass. I'm like, broski, I don't need this anymore. You can have it for ultimate top 8. I stayed for melee top 8. That was hype. Oh my god. I was there when Zane took a Hungry Box the first time.
Oh yeah.
That up smash game 5, last stock, last hit. Ran up, Thundercats hoed him so badly. Entire venue literally popped. We all just started shouting. Like you needed to be there to actually experience how loud it was. Oh my god. Dude, that was the best. I met a bunch of random NorCal people. I introduced them to hand stretches and stuff, and we all just cheered. Actually, we were gonna side bet too, but they were side betting already. So I'm like, damn it. We were side betting. Oh my god, Genesis was an amazing time. Honestly, if anyone wants to go to an offline major, please do. You're literally missing out on so much.
I want to so bad.
I've been to 2 offline majors. Like I've been to Super Smash Con and Pound. None of my friends were able to go, so I don't think I got the full experience. Like a lot of people do, but it was fun. It was energetic.
No, this is why you just meet people online or meet people like random people. And you chill them for the weekend, and then just like a Genesis, like legit top 8, made a top 8. I met some random people. I didn't want to be alone, and we just talked and stuff, got to know them, and it got so much more enjoyable because then we were just like, yo.
Yeah, right.
Especially knowing the Kobe tag and stuff, he's doing some hype. Oh my god, dude! Like legit, like that was one of the most fun top 8s I've never been to top 8. I've never been to a top 8 in person before that. Never. That was my first one. That was hype.
Yeah, but like I'm just a really shy person in general, so it's not that easy for me just like go up to random people and just strike up a conversation with them.
Oh, I know that.
Oh, it's like I can feel you. It's just like you just gotta shut up your brain. Remember not to say dumb stuff, and you're just like, oh hi, yeah, my name is this and this. How do you do? Or something like that. I mean, I walk up to Tweak and I got a picture with them at Evo, and then some guy was like, "Well, you got a picture with Tweak?" I'm like, "I did, yeah." He was like all shocked. I'm like, "What? It's pretty easy. Just walk up to him and ask for a picture." He's like a normal guy.
Yeah.
No, we got with Lizzie too.
Like I've gotten pictures with pros. Like I got a picture with Nairo and MKLeo, but like it was like I was sweating. Like I was sweating a lot because like it's like, oh my god, dude, I don't look like an idiot, you know?
Knees weak, palms sweaty.
Mom spaghetti,
dude. Like.
Oh my god, it's just like when you're just normal people, it's just like you shut your brain off and like maybe say cool compliment because you like their play, but like you just gotta keep it chill, keep it real.
Yeah, obviously I was like, yeah, thank you so much. Like I was normal. Like I think I was normal. Like aside if they didn't see me sweating, but everything else was like fine. I just had a normal convo. And I said good luck in the tournament. I mean, like I think that's how you should approach pro players.
Oh, yeah, just a small combo. Strike a small combo. Don't fanboy them. And yeah, we good, B. And then there's such a small talk, and if they don't want to talk, just like say, yeah, good luck in bracket or whatever, or if they're in bracket, just say good luck anyway. So it's still nice. You know?
Yeah, there's a fine line between like going up to a pro player, a really good player, and being annoying, and just being chill. Like, don't
And just being, it's just like you just pull up and you're like, yo, B, what's popping? You just do that. Like, that's literally how you do with a pro player. That's also how you get connections.
Yeah, just
like I've helped the buzz up with audio stuff, so that says something.
It's real simple. You just walk up to HBox and like, yo, HBox, I'm like everybody else. I hate your Jigglypuff. Good luck in bracket.
Bro, man.
Nah,
dude, like I saw HBox at Pound, but like I've heard like mixed things about HBox, so I was
stories.
like scared. Dude, I was so scared. I was like, I don't even want to try.
Dude, I went on a Thunder Gaming. I went to that first one. I'm a veteran of that, by the way. Fun fact. I don't, and it's like, it's like that. I just walked up and he took a perfect selfie. He got my phone, took a selfie. I'm like, I took a good selfie in like 10 seconds, 5 seconds. He wasn't even blurry. He just got my phone and took it. I'm like, wait, huh? He was commentating. It was weird.
Dude, commentating offline is so much fun, and I wish I could do it more. I have gone and commentated like a very small handful of offline events, and the energy in the room, and it was a really tiny room, and there was a very hype set happening, and that environment is so awesome, and I want to go to a major so bad and experience that on a large scale. And hopefully
honestly, I was there when Wrath upset. I was there when Wrath upset. Wait, no, it was Valor. Right? Valor is number 3 in Utah, right? Wait. There's 2 Sonics. They both have very similar tags, but I met one of them, Utah guy.
Sonics?
No, not Sonics. Like no, 2 Sonic players. I mean, like Sonics.
Yeah.
Not Sonics, the Sonic player. No, Wrath and Valor. I think it was Valor because Wrath got top at Frostbite.
Yes.
It was Valor. Then Valor went up and he upset Salem on stage with Sonic. He ran up, he F tilted him, and like Salem was in the smash start, so he died for it. Yeah. And it was a high thing. I was with someone else, and I'm like, this guy named Foxmotic, and I'm like, yo, it's Valor, look. I was screaming at him. We were blowing windjammers and stuff. Yeah, I was there. Like if you heard stories of this guy if you heard the stories of this guy saying like play windjammers like Genesis, like this guy Frank Sisto, he was on Eat Smash and stuff because he brought like a megaphone out and he started screaming, and he was screaming to play windjammers. So I did that. It was actually a really fun game. Please play it. Yeah, I was with this Foxmonic guy, and me and him, we were just cheering when we saw like Valor was up against Salem. It was game 5, game 3 actually. And he got an upset, like a big upset.
And that's what I love about esports in general is like those hype moments and being there in person.
It's like
it's so sick.
It's not even esports. It's just Smash.
Yeah.
Like it's not even that. Like I think esports are in Smash. I mean, a lot of people have too. It's just the grassroots feel, like chill with the homies, and you see like oh. Like if you want a single clip that can literally define what a tournament is like, look up the homemade waffles, unplug your controller dog clip. It has some language in it, obviously, but like that is literally what a tournament is like.
Right.
Like Mango gave this man the corporation. I'm not gonna say the exact quote, but like something like that. Like because Mango just dominated someone, and he shine gimped them, and it was like, and it's just like it's so hype.
I was at a weekly, and these 2 guys were playing. I don't even think it was a very meaningful match. Like it wasn't super deep into bracket, but they knew each other really well, and this entire group of people, I think maybe like 20 or 30 of us, gathered around this one setup, and everybody just started progressively like getting louder and like and I don't want to encourage this, like know the players, know your audience, but people started like shouting out stuff in the crowd, like calling these guys out, and it was kind of hilarious, like sitting there progressively getting louder. And the end of that match actually ended up being so hype, people were just losing their minds over kind of this like meaningless match in the middle of bracket at a weekly. But moments like that, just with the people, with the homies, as you put it, Smash is meant to be like that experience like that in those settings, and it's so much fun to be a part of those things.
Like there's a reason I don't like Wi-Fi too much because it's like people are just like, bro, why are you guys hating each other? Just like go to a local or something. Right, it's just like, bro, like legit, like you can meet some good people at your local, like you can enjoy the scene more. Just like it's so much more fun.
It's so weird because like I went to my locals, and like when I compare to like online tournaments, it's like night and day. Like online, everyone's like hating each other, and it's like like yikes, dude.
It's
and
stupid.
it's like and it's like these are like the same people like I might see at locals, like they're completely different persons. Like I don't even know what it is. I just think it's just the fact that the like Wi-Fi is so bad it just brings the worst out of people.
Like legit, if I play Wi-Fi, I'm not playing Fox. I'm playing Cloud or Mario on you. I'm comboing you for days. I'm gonna shield you. I do not care for human rights. I'm sorry, I'm a Cloud main now. You're going to get a shield. Get it. Touch my shield. I dare you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to live, Mario? I'm going to down tilt you, dethrow you, or do whatever the heck I want to you. I'm sorry. Did I mention I have a -2 beta on shield? I'm sorry. Did I mention that? Yeah, I'd probably better frame than most of the cast. That's cool, homie. Let me get you.
Fox is busted online. It's true. He's so
Man,
man.
I've heard that Fox is like one of the worst characters on Wi-Fi.
I've heard people tell me he's good, and I'm like, my guy, you are capping hard. I think he's horrible on Wi-Fi because like his main playstyle is reaction-based tech chases and like being really fast. You know, somewhere where I can lag and stuff. Like, I'd rather not even play him online. Like, all Foxes online are pretty bad, honestly. I'm just gonna put that out there.
To be fair, I don't play the characters, so.
Yeah, no, I think just most Foxes online. Like if you're talking about like most online Foxes, I don't think they're like really that good. Because they just thinking like I can hold forward a match. I'm like, okay. It's just like, my guy, do you understand that you're the 5th lightest character in the game? You have a really bad disadvantage, and if you hold forward and don't strike neutral, you are screwed because like you need to play neutral very well with Fox, very well. Thankfully, I have a good neutral. I need to work my advantage and disadvantage a lot, but like I have a really good neutral, which is the weird part. Like I just tend to beat people out in neutral. I'm like, it's the most satisfying feeling, like beating them out in neutral. Like,
so we to get away from Wi-Fi because everything is Wi-Fi now, and like it gets talked about to death. And
please,
yeah. So I want to actually ask you. We were talking about Melee for a little bit, and Melee has been a competitive game for almost 20 years now. Like I mean, since the dawn of Melee, people, I guess tournaments started maybe like 2003, but basically for 20 years, Melee has had this grassroots scene, and it has never truly died out. And I wanted to get your thoughts kind of on whether or not you think Ultimate will be a very competitive Smash game for a long time. Like, and it doesn't even have to be as long as Melee. Just like, how long do you think Ultimate's competitive scene will last?
Well, I'm just going to present Ultimate the last competitive game. Honestly, I have no idea. Like, everyone loves Melee because everyone's expecting the Melee forward speed. And I grew up with Melee. I grew up with Melee as a kid. I grew up with Melee, like, playing casually, watching some stuff too occasionally. But Melee, I'm always going to love that game. And if I have to get into it, I am certainly glad to get into that game. That game is fun. I love that game, honestly. I love Melee. I love Melee. Honestly, watching it, playing it, it's super fun. Even getting gimped, blowing each other up. I love that game, but we're talking about competitive scenes here, so I'll stop fanboying. It's just part of my childhood. I think Ultimate realistically probably has a very not gonna have the longest lifespan like I think maybe like the previous Smash games. I don't know. I think it's like personally the meta it could develop, but it's really uncertain for me. I don't know. I'm not sure how long it'll last.
Right. It's kind of hard to look forward like that when it's only been out for a year and a half. One of the things that makes me confident about Ultimate lasting a long time is the fact that so many characters are viable, and like so many characters are top 64 worthy, and maybe even top 8 worthy. Like there's a pretty sizable portion of the cast that can actually make deep tournament runs, and I think as people continue to explore more characters and we find more tech in Ultimate, I think a lot of those characters are going to continue to shine. I kind of feel like Ultimate's meta could continue to evolve for at least a few more years. I definitely I definitely think Ultimate's going to last several more years. Obviously, no new Smash game on the horizon anytime soon, and we don't even know if there will be another Smash game. So I expect to see Ultimate with a long run of success. I don't think it can ever match Melee, but who knows?
Personally, like if you look at Melee, the fact is like the character. Well, actually, top eight's actually very diverse, and honestly, and like people are just like it's all Fox. I'm like, my guy, you've seen Axe, you've seen Mango, you've seen Shrooms, you've seen all these guys. Like Mango, these insane bracket runs. Mewtwo King,
AMSA,
everyone.
Zane.
Amsa.
Yeah.
I got a picture of Amsa. I wanted to get a picture of him really badly. He's a goat.
It's like
Amsa, his Yoshi is crap.
Like people make that Fox joke, and it's like, dude, are you still watching Melee from 10 years ago? Like it has evolved.
Like even then, Melee 10 years ago, they still had low. Like you look at Asen's Roy, like that stuff.
Yeah.
Like Asen played Roy. He played a bottom tier, and he still bopped people. Like you're nothing. Oh my god, I want to be Biz so badly. You have no idea.
Is he SoCal or
NorCal? I'm not sure. I think he might have been SoCal last check.
Dang, man.
Okay, but like realistically, Melee, like the top eights, even those are diverse. Even with the same characters, like they play characters very differently. And looking into it, it's hype. Fiction's kind of lame though, not gonna lie. But like things like Hacks Money, look at Hacks Money Fox. Look at Leffen Fox.
Oh,
Hacks Money, that man's cracked. That man's cracked. Leffen, he's just Leffen. He's also cracked, but in a different way. watching two cracked people kind of go at each other, just like it's cracked versus cracked. Like that's hype. Zane, cracked. Hungrybox, boring but cracked. Yeah. Not gonna lie though, he can't. If people think he's camping, they gotta watch a Melee set of him because ooh baby, I love me some Let's Shells with some bears. I love me having a disjointed move.
Right.
Like dude, like Mango is a crackhead though. Like honestly, but like that's what makes Melee hype. A small character pool, it's really viable. But at the same time, anyone can make upsets. Anyone can do whatever they want.
Yeah, like Axe on like, Pikachu, and
I know Pikachu is a tournament, can win a super major.
Yeah,
because if he did that already, then like he can surely as hell do it again. Pardon my language, but like I think Melee's hype just because like in Ultimate, just like that's cool. I haven't seen this 20 times already.
So bringing it back to Ultimate, like on how long I think like how like the competitive, like how long it'll stay like relevant. I think that the fact that like we still have 6 more DLC fighters left, like the game has a lot of life, and I don't think they're gonna make a new Smash game. If like realistically, like I feel like Nintendo has like found that perfect balance between casuals and competitive with Ultimate. It's just that the fact that they have to fix like the buffer system and like online, and everything else is perfect in my opinion.
Well,
then and like obviously updating the game.
They also have to
obviously even update graphics. Like I don't think they need to straight up reinvent the wheel with like a new Smash game. I genuinely don't think they need to do anything else.
Personally, I think Ult has a very diverse roster, but I think a lot of characters are poorly designed. And I do think a lot of characters have core flaws, but like I could see it lasting. But like if I want to enjoy the game, like you heard me talk about Melee and like how much I love each player and their characters. You're not gonna hear me fanboying over Light that much as I did that. Like you're not gonna hear me fanboying over that. Like, you're not gonna hear me fanboying over this and that. It's just like color personalities and like I think Nintendo could take a lot of steps, for example, like to fix all the core issues of the games, like system, how it buffers things, as you said, the buffer system online, which I think a lot of us would kill for that, honestly, but like that's not gonna happen, unfortunately, because of DLC.
Yeah,
maybe we can just better netcode the DLC. I'll take over a 6 character. I don't want Spring Man. Give me better DLC. give me better netcode. I'll pay for that.
Yeah, like and like another thing is like I don't think like I have a feeling that because like I remember Nintendo saying that they wanted to support the Switch for like at least 10 years somewhere. I don't think they're gonna make another Smash game, obviously. So especially definitely not during the Switch's lifespan. I can see them rolling out another like Fighters Pass, like another 5 characters. To be honest, like it doesn't make any sense for them not to. Like, but then again, Nintendo doesn't do things that make sense most of the time. But
like you had a Joker from Persona 5 as the first character. That's a mega balls move.
Yeah, dude.
That's a mega move.
I like, especially like with Fighter Pass 1, I don't think that was super good, to be honest. Like I wasn't hyped for like 3 of the 5 characters, to be honest.
Like Terry.
Joker, No, it's fine. So like Joker, like I'm a really big fan of like Persona and like Fire Emblem. So I was happy with Byleth and Joker. Like I know that not that many people were happy about Byleth because there's too many Fire Emblem characters, but that's everyone. That's other people's opinions, not mine.
Byleth.
I still think Byleth was a cool addition, and it makes like I still think that Byleth should have been on the base roster, but I digress. But
yeah, I mean, for me, Terry, because SNK and just like, just
Dude,
Joker,
Terry
obviously,
was
hero.
So sick. I was.
Nah, legit.
That was out
No,
of
I heard people hyping him up. I was in Discord with people, and like as soon as we revealed Terry, we all just freaked out. We all freaked out, like, no way, that's SNK. We all knew it was Terry. We all knew it was Terry because of SNK.
Yeah.
We all knew immediately. But hot damn.
I'm gonna be like honest. Like as someone who didn't even know about SNK or anything, I wasn't hyped about Terry. I was like,
that was a tragedy.
I was like,
can we get F in the chat for this man?
I was just like, I really don't care, to be honest. Like the same thing happened with Hero from Dragon Quest. I was like, I don't care.
That's fair.
Honestly.
Hero was the one that I didn't care about.
And then another one was like Banjo. Like I didn't grow up with Banjo, so I didn't care about Banjo either.
Bruh.
And Bork, you know why I also don't like the fact that Banjo's in this game? I've lost like 2 stupid sets because of Underwing.
That's true, but Banjo's Banjo.
I would have been happy if he wasn't in the game.
Banjo was a dream come true. You can go eat it, dude.
No. I know that a lot of people wanted him, so like I'm happy for those people. But at the same time, I would have much rather seen like Sora or Master Chief.
That's fair.
Like that's
fair.
I want Master Chief so bad. You have no idea.
Dude, Master Chief and Smash would be so fun, dude. I'd totally pick him up as a secondary, at least. But yeah.
And that's one of the things. It may not be competitive longevity that people talk about Ultimate for years to come. It may just be the legacy that it is the largest video game crossover ever, and I don't think anything will ever top it from that standpoint alone. And I think
unless they make another Smash game. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. And Kindbot, you alluded to it earlier. You don't get super hyped over players in Ultimate the same way you do in Melee. And part of that, I think, is because the way Nintendo didn't even try to make a competitive scene for Melee. And obviously, Melee came out at a different time. We weren't talking about video games as a sport. We weren't talking about like competitive fighting games and stuff. And there's a certain mystique and kind of an urban legend feel to some of the players in Melee that's been built up over years of just being in the shadows, and I think like those legends have kind of carried those players into the spotlight now, where we saw Melee kind of reach its peak finally just like a few years ago, thanks to being in Evo, thanks to Twitch being such a big platform, and that like legendary status for those players that has been built up over years and years and years of grassroots tournaments. I think that's one of the lasting things about Melee. Like, look at HBox's story. And it's pretty crazy. There's a good documentary I saw recently. Obviously, there's like the Book of Melee. There's a couple like really good deep dives into Melee's history, and that will never happen again for like another competitive fighting game, I don't think. So obviously, like we're not gonna have these players hitting the same legendary status in Ultimate as they did in like prior Smash games, but I don't know. I still think there is a ton of room for popularity in the actual competitive scene. I think it'll last a while, especially as we continue to get hype around these character reveals.
No, it's not just the players, as characters. It's like it just. I think just also the character depth, because like you can look at like Left Fox, Hack Fox, like the thing I mentioned earlier. It's not the players themselves; it's their playstyles that are really unique. Like, and that's only because Melee, like Melee's depth allows you to do that.
Yeah, that's another thing that could trip up Ultimate.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that like the Ultimate's personalities, like all these cast members, like all these like cool players are like they're like not boring. No, I think they're cool. Obviously, it's more like just it's a personal thing for me. It's like, wow, look, you can find 3 Falcos. They play differently. You find it in Ultimate. Oh, cool. They're just the same drag down stuff. That's cool. You don't have a neutral
and
either.
Falco doesn't even work properly in Ultimate. It's so sad. It's tragic.
I don't even. He's the one Spacey I don't like that much, and that's because he don't have a neutral.
Yeah, and like his back throw doesn't even work. His bear doesn't do anything. Like compare his bear to like Wolf and Fox. It's
his bear like Wolf and Fox bear are good. I think Fox bear can set at a really low angle and can kill potentially, but he can set at a really low angle. So if your character does bad recovery, GG's.
Well, and just like the difference in gameplay in general, Ultimate is faster than the last two Smash games for sure. But the thing about it is nothing will ever match Melee's movement, neutral game, like hit stun. Hit stun
on for free from combos. The Melee's movement tech and the fact that be really smooth, I think is the main reason.
Yeah, like just the combo game in Melee. Compare the combo game in Melee to what you can do in Ultimate. It's night and day. It's not even close.
Like look at Zane's Roy, for example. Like look at that stuff. Look at that stuff. Like all that stuff is good.
And I think that's another reason why Melee has lasted so long. Like nothing comes close in terms of that combination of gameplay elements. Like there will never be anything like that from Smash again, because we know Sakurai didn't really like how Melee turned out, and he's probably not even going to work on another Smash game on top of that. So Melee achieved legendary status for all these reasons we've talked about, and Ultimate does have a steep uphill climb. It's going to last nearly as long, and honestly, Melee's still going strong anyways too. So who knows, really? Like Melee could last at least another 5 years before it really drops off a cliff, and we just don't know.
I agree, but I think it's just the depth in Melee and just the depth itself. It's just like for someone like me, it's just the depth. I think that's why Melee lasted the longest it does. Just discovering new tech. It's put together like that in a way, and all it's just like cool. I can play as Simon Belmont or Richter Belmont, for example.
Yeah, Ultimate has that roster hype, and we did.
Yeah, I think he disconnected.
We lost Kindbot again, but that's okay because we are getting on in time here for this episode. Obviously, we try and keep them around 60 minutes or so in length. We will be back. As you know, we upload every Monday, usually around maybe 6 p.m. EST. You can catch us on YouTube. We're working on getting our podcast onto Spotify. I know Kindbot wanted to give some shout outs to his crew, Pulse. He mentioned the A&G crew, obviously Cytonix, Gee, a couple other people. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get the rest of those shout outs because he can't reconnect to the VC at the moment. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Relaxin podcast. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. That's going to do it for me, Borkhammer 40K and Jam.
Yep. See you guys.
See ya.